part 3 of Introduction to Synthesizers, I have the Yamaha PSS 790, which is an AWM or Advanced Wave Memory keyboard. And this is one of Yamaha's innovations, and it's a kind of sampling technique where it combines sampling with waveforms, and it's a similar idea to Roland's LA synthesis, where multiple different sources are used, combined together, to provide realism and also dynamic expression and control over the sound. In this particular instrument, there's something called vector synthesis, which is, again, just one of Yamaha's ideas, is to combine more than one of these sounds under real-time control, so you get the effect of several instruments being able to be faded in and out under joystick control, and that's vector synthesis. But you can also hear the really clever sounds that are coming out of that. We've got an orchestra stab there, and also this human voice sound, and the piano are in there too. And then if we get a chord out of this, so we can have multi-layered effects as well, and that's one of the techniques that you might see in the MIDI section, is that layering or adding more than one sound at the same time gives you the capacity to meld two particular or three particular sounds together to make one unique sound. This keyboard also has whole suites of drums on here too, so you get this type of level of drum, which is perhaps superior to the PCM sounds on the MT220, and then of course the drum machine. We also find on this keyboard a control feature which is pitch bend, which allows us to bend the notes off from the given pitch. On this particular instrument, you can actually change the range over which the pitch bend takes place. I think it's between a couple of octaves down to one semitone. And we'll be coming back to control elements in their own section, so we'll leave that alone for now. One technique that came into its own, possibly after the record 19 by Paul Hardcastle, was sampling. Casio chose to put this into the home market by use of the SK1 small sampling keyboard, which was low quality, but nevertheless gave us samples like the lion and the dog. And these are quite cheap and cheerful things, but not really professional sampling, really. Yamaha have decided to put the VSS series into the home market, but Casio also produced the FZ1, which was a proper sampler. Roland have their S10, and Yamaha also have sampling in the DGX series. We've got a couple of examples here.
Respect, respect.
So those examples were sampled, and sampling is a technique of taking live sound from the real world and turning it into a digitized form, similar to the PCM technique we saw in the previous episode. But this time it's actually stored as a series of numbers and then turned back into sound from those numbers, and the waveform is reproduced back into the real world, and so is reproduced the actual sound of the live instrument or voice or whatever it was that was recorded. I've actually sampled the word 19 into the SK5, and this is what it sounds like. 19, 19.
19.
19, 19, 19.
We can see that it will reproduce the original recording at various different speeds, and that's how it translates the recording up and down the keyboard, plays it back faster or slower, rather like a tape machine.
19, 19,
19. 19.
19.
And that is how sampling works.